his girlfriend. Okay, so they just started a new video. I guess I got to do a part 2 because my phone sucks. Um, so I'll tell this story. I was talking about sacrifice, utilitarianism, how, if you haven't seen part 1, go see part 1 so you can get caught up, man. Don't just jump into part 2. That'd be crazy. And I was going to tell the story about how a sacrifice I made. Um, there was this dude who I was kind of pals with, and he had this girlfriend. I felt like I had this connection with her, and I thought to myself one day, like, who might be like an ideal person? And this person came to mind, but of course, this person was with a friend of mine, and so I wasn't gonna say anything or do anything about it. Until one night, they told me they were splitting up, and I guess I got the impression that she had been interested in me, and kind of actually thought that that was the two of theirs intention, um, was for me to kind of pick up the slack or whatever that he was leaving behind, and so I guess I got the wrong impression, and so I contacted him because I was like, hey man, I was like, I want to run it by him, before I like moved in and moved in on her, and he didn't reply for a few days, and that annoyed me because I felt like if he had gotten that text and chosen not to reply, like that was disrespectful, and I didn't feel like I was worthy of disrespect because I felt like I had been real kind um, by not ever doing anything before they gave me that news, and by running it by him to see, kind of gauge where he was at, and I felt like I had acted in good faith, and I had done the best with a tough circumstance that I had been faced with, and so I didn't hear back for a few days. So I thought, well, maybe that's a possibility. He's being disrespectful. Another possibility is I just got the wrong number. Like, this wasn't someone I had been in close contact with. This might have been the first time I had even texted him. I don't even remember, but I hadn't texted him for a long time. I wasn't sure if it was still the right number. He hadn't replied. I said, well, either he's being disrespectful or not, but I'm not sitting here like trying to like put my life on hold. So I'm just gonna reach out to her, and next thing I know, I'm being told that I'm no longer welcome, basically, around this group of people, and I felt like that was cruel. I felt like they felt like it was okay to sacrifice me, um, just to try to appease, you know, this woman who apparently has some kind of negative feelings about me, like I did something wrong, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. So, I have, I, before I reached out to my buddy, um, I understood that it might hurt him for me to express this if, my instinct was wrong, that this wasn't something that he wanted. Um, and so by putting that risk on the table that he would be hurt, I felt like I was making a sacrifice out of him because I didn't feel like he was someone who deserved to be hurt. Um, but I felt like a greater good would be accomplished if I was to connect with this person and know the joy that I know that this person could offer me. Um, I felt like it would be a very beneficial thing for this world, um, to see that kind of joy and perhaps to pay some mind to the gentleman who had attained it. Um, so I felt like a greater good would be accomplished, and that's why I was willing to make that sacrifice. So that's just a little example of kind of the ideas that I put in part one in action, and I should probably cut this off before this video cuts out too. So you guys have a great night.